ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ತಾಳವಾದ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ ಸಹಭಾಗಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. PACಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ ಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದಂಥ ವಾಡಿಯಾ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಯೋಣ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತ್ರಿವೇಂದ್ರಂನ ಅಶ್ವತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಎಂದೇ ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾತ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜಗತ್ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ದಿ ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಅವರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಶನಿವಾರದ ದಿನ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಪುರ್ಸೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಆಸ್ವಾದಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಮೊದಲು ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಪದ್ಧತಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದಂತೆ ದ ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿದೂಷಿ ಪದ್ಮಾ ಗುರುದತ್ ಅವರು. ವಿದೂಷಿ ಪದ್ಮಾ ಗುರುದತ್ ಅವರು ಹಿರಿಯ ಗಾಯಕರು, ಸಂಶೋಧಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಕಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು. ಅವಧಾನ ಪಲ್ಲವಿಯ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ TK ರಂಗಾಚಾರ್, ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಆನೂರು S ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ K ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮ್ ಅವರಂಥ ದಿಗ್ಗಜರಿಂದ ಗಾಯನ ಮತ್ತು ಮೃದಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತರಬೇತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆದರು. ಕಳೆದ 5 ದಶಕಗಳಿಂದ ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಸಂಗೀತಜ್ಞರು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಆಭಾರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರಾದಂಥ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಆತ್ಮೀಯವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಅವರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯ ನಂದಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಎಂದೇ ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾತರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಶ್ವತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕಂಡ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರು ಹಾಗೂ ವೀಣಾವಾದಕರು. ಅವರು ಸಂಗೀತ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾಗಿ, ಸಂಗೀತ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಜ್ಞರಾಗಿ, ಬರಹಗಾರರಾಗಿ, ವಾಗ್ಮಿಯಾಗಿ ತಾಯಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಯ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 13, 1968ರಂದು ತಿರುವಾಂಕೂರು ರಾಜಮನೆತನದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದರು. 1982ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ವೇಚೂರು ಹರಿಹರ ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯ ಅಯ್ಯರ್ ಅವರ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಔಪಚಾರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಗಾಯನ ಕಲೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಂಗಳಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲಮುರಳಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಅವರ ಹಿರಿಯ ಶಿಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಸಂಗೀತಾಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳಾದ ತಿರುವನಂತಪುರ ಶ್ರೀ R ವೆಂಕಟರಮಣ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ KS ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ವೀಣೆಯನ್ನು ಸಹ ಕಲಿತರು. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರು 1990ರಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಮೊದಲ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಗಾಯನ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ನೀಡಿದರು ಮತ್ತು ಲಂಡನ್ನ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಎಲಿಜಬೆತ್ ಹಾಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರ ಮೊದಲ CD ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಂದಿನಿಂದ ಇವರು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾತ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಗಾಯನ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖವಾದ್ದು ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಆರ್ಸೆನಲ್ ಡಿ ಮೆಟ್ಸ್, ಬೆಲ್ಜಿಯಂನ ಜುಡೇರ್ ಪರ್ಷಿಯಸ್, ಆಮ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಡಾಮ್ನ ದಿ ರಾಯಲ್ ಟ್ರಾಪಿಕಲ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ದ ವ್ಯಾಗ್, ಹೇಗ್ನ ದಿ ಕರ್ಜೋ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್, ಹಿಂದೂ ಲಿಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಉತ್ಸವ, ಅಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಾಂಚೈಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಖ್ಯಾತ ಮದ್ರಾಸಿನ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ಜಗತ್ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳು, ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಭವನದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವರು ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿ ನೀಡಿದೆ. ಆಗಿನ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಅವರ ಆಹ್ವಾನದ ಮೇರೆಗೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ ಭವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಇವ್ರದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅಂದರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹಾಡಿನ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಅದರ ಶುದ್ಧ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷವಾಗಿಸುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಇವರದಾಗಿದೆ. ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳು ಸ್ವರಗಳ ಶುದ್ಧತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಆದರೂ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆಯಿಂದ ಗುರುತಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿವೆ. ಇವರ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಇವರು ಸಂಗೀತ ತ್ರಿಮೂರ್ತಿಗಳು ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಸ್ವಾತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ್, ಅನ್ನಮಾಚಾರ್ಯ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಾಲಮುರಳಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಂಯೋಜಕರ ಅಪರೂಪದ ಸಂಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರಚಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿಶ್ವ ಸಂಗೀತದ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿಯಾಗಿರುವ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಮಾ ಅವರು ಮೊಜಾರ್ಟ್, ಬಿಥೋವನ್, ಬ್ಯಾಚ್, ಕಿಶೋರ್ ಕುಮಾರ್, ಕೆ ಎಲ್ ಸೈಗಲ್, ಎಂ ಡಿ ರಾಮನಾಥನ್, ಮಧುರೈ ಮಣಿಯಯ್ಯರ್, ಜಾಕ್ವೆಸ್ ಬೆಲ್, ಅರ್ಥಾಕಿಟ್ ಮುಂತಾದ ಹಲವರಿಂದ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಅಮೆರಿಕ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್, ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರಾಚ್ಯ ದೇಶಗಳು, ನೆದರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಮಲೇಷ್ಯಾ, ಸಿಂಗಪುರ್ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಹಲವಾರು ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೇ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಗಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳು, ತರಗತಿಗಳು, ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋಗಳು ಸಂಗೀತ ಪ್ರಿಯರ, ಸಂಗೀತ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ, ವೃತ್ತಿಪರ ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯವಾಗಿವೆ. ಸುಮಾರು 50 ಲಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವೀಕ್ಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮೀರಿವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ವಾತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ್ ಅವರ ನೇರ ವಂಶಸ್ಥರು. ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ನೆನಪಿಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನರ ಮತ್ತು ಆಂಗ್ಲರ ಆಡಳಿತ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದರೂ ಸಹ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಬಂತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರಣಗಳಿವೆ. ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಗಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನಗಳೇನಿತ್ತು, ಆ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನಗಳ ಮಹಾರಾಜರುಗಳು ಯಾರಿದ್ದರು, ಅವರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿ ಪೋಷಿಸಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ, ಕೇರಳದ ತ್ರಿವೇಂದ್ರಂನ ತಿರುವಾಂಕೂರು ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಸಂಗತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ತಿರುವಾಂಕೂರ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನದ ಮಹಾರಾಜರ ವಂಶಸ್ಥರೇ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಚೇರಿ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರು. ಇವರ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಹೆಸರು ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಶ್ರೀ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭದಾಸ ಅಶ್ವತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ತ್ರಿವೇಂದ್ರಂನ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜಮನೆ ತಂದವರು ಕೂಡ ಹೆಸರು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗೋದೇ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭದಾಸ ಅನ್ನೋದರಿಂದ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ನಾನು, ತಿರುಪತಿಯ ಏನು ಟಿ ವಿ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತದ ಪಾಠಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 200 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್, ಆ 200 ಎಪಿಸೋಡು ಇವರು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಶೇಷ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಯಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಗಳ ಸೀಮೆಯನ್ನು ಮೀರಿ ಇವರು ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲದ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳ ಸಂಗೀತವನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರು ತೊಡಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂಥ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಘನ ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರು, ಬರಹಗಾರರು ಹೌದು, ಸಂಗೀತಗಾರರು ಹೌದು, ತರಬೇತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕರು ಅವರು. ಇಂಥ ಬಹುಮುಖ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆಯ ತ್ರಿವೇಂದ್ರಂನ ತಿರುವಾಂಕೂರು ರಾಜಮನೆತನಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಹ್ವಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮನ್ನಣೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಕಚೇರಿಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಷಯ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾತ್ಯಕ್ಷಿಕೆ ಲಯ ಪ್ಯಾಟ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಹಾರಾಜ ಸ್ವಾತಿ ತಿರುನಾಳ್. ಅದಕ್ಕನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರಾದಂಥ ವಿದೂಷಿ ಪದ್ಮಾ ಗುರುದತ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಆಧಾರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. It is my pleasure to be here with you this morning. At the outset, I'd like to thank the great Vidushi Satyavati ma'am not only for inviting me here but for suggesting this topic. If we look at our relationships with human beings, we have casual acquaintances, we have close friends, we have intimate relationships, the different levels. We might know some people casually for many years, but suddenly one day we might discover something about them which we never knew, like that. But people, of course, it need not be always a positive thing when we know a person intimately. Sometimes it's better to know people casually only. But with music it is different. Music, unfortunately, not only listeners but many practitioners also, they take things very casually, especially when it comes to Sahityam, because Carnatic music, not only Carnatic, Indian classical music, Hindustani and Carnatic, is so rich in improvisation. We have Raga Alapana, we have Tanam, we have Naraval, we have Swaram, we have Pallavi. We can improvise so much. We can just take one line of a Pallavi, do Ragam Tana Pallavi, Raga Malika, Naraval Swaram for 1.5 to 2 hours. So because it is so rich in Sangeetam, the Sahityam, which is equally rich, from Sangeeta Pitamaha, Sri Purandradasa, to Pada Kavita Pitamaha, Talapaka Namacharya, to of course Sri Tyagaraja Dikshita, Shyama Shastri, Maharaja Swati Tirunal. It comes via Murtiya Bhagavatar, two people who are still alive and composing. But the Sahityam treasure which they have left us in any language, in Sanskritam, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, in all these languages, the Sahityam content is so rich but sadly ignored. So I had the privilege of getting interested in Sahityam when I was in my mid-20s. Now I am in my mid-50s. So past 30 years, I have been trying to pay attention to Sahityam in any language. I don't claim to know any language other than English and Malayalam. But when I sing a Sanskritam song or Kannada song or Telugu song, I try and learn the word by word meaning, the correct splitting of the lyrics, the bhavam contained in the emotion contained in the lyrics. But without that, I feel one very big element of our music is missing if we do only the Sangeetam. In fact, in December, Vidushi Amrita Venkatesh and we had a lecture demonstration in Chennai at the Parthasarthi Swami Sangeeta Sabha, where we addressed the topic of Ucharanam, correct pronunciation. It's there on YouTube also. You're most welcome to watch that. So there are a lot of appreciative comments, and one person wrote a comment recently. He says, I love listening to recordings of Mandolin Srinivas. There's no Sahityam in that. So I don't care about language or pronunciation. So that was a comment. So that is Sangeetam. We are not discounting Sangeetam. If we talk about Sahityam, that doesn't mean that Sangeetam is discounted. But as a person who has been paying attention to Sahityam, when this topic came, I started looking at Maharaja Swati Tirunal compositions a little more deeply, and then discovered that after 30 years of paying attention to Sahityam, still so many things I had missed. So when we consciously see how he has structured the lyrics of each composition, what is obviously striking, like Muthuswami Dikshit's songs also, most of them they will have one passage of Madhyamakala Sahityam. Many compositions of Maharaja Swati Tirunal also have Madhyamakala Sahityam, which is always very stunning and attractive, done by many composers. But because of my research on this topic, I found there are 3-4 other topics where we can do lecture demonstration on. One is Maharaja Swati Tirunal compositions which have Madhyamakala Sahityam. That itself is enough for one lecture. Then Maharaja Swati Tirunal compositions which have jatis. Because Swati Tirunal Maharaja, apart from music, he was a poet, he has written a lot of literary works on the one hand, and he was a great patron of dance also. In fact, he even had a relationship with a dancer from Tanjavur, which created a lot of news at that time. So many of his compositions are composed to be danced. So they are audio visual, where you can do abhinayam to each of the words. So there are not so many deep philosophical compositions which are just talking about some concept. They are there, but more than that, they are these very audio-visual compositions that Maharaja has done, and that influence of dance is there again and again and again and again in his compositions. Apart from the ones which are very obvious, which have jati, but even in the euphony of the lyrics, the way our body will start to move. And one issue with Maharaja's compositions is that, unlike Sri Tyagaraja, for example, who had a continuous living Shishya Parampara, there were gaps after his time. So in my family itself, there will be one person who did so much for music, and the next generation they will just throw away and destroy whatever this person has done. This has happened again and again and again. So after Maharaja Swati Tirunal's time, there was a dark period when much of it was lost. So some of the songs are original tunes, some are tuned by other people, some are original tunes modified a little bit, and there are no clear records which is exactly the original tune, which is the modified tune, which is the fresh tune. At least some fresh tunes from the 20th century we know, but even those people who have given the fresh tune, they have not claimed I only tuned it. So it just keeps the whole thing is one grey area. But even if we just forget the tunes completely and just take the lyrics, and let us presume that we don't have Swati Tirunal music at all, only we do have. But suppose for argument's sake, and I am a musician or there is some other musician who has given these lyrics to set to tune, the lyrics are so easy to tune because already the rhythmic structure, the Laya element is so strong. I am very democratic about song selection, so I don't sing only Dikshitar Tyagaraja, Swati Tirunal, Purandarasa. If I like some song by somebody, I'll just sing that. Well, recently I discovered a lady who just passed away recently called Vatsala Rangaswamy. She has sung a beautiful song on Narasimha temple in a place called Mattapalli in Andhra Pradesh. So I started singing this Mattapalli Narasimha song. So then dozens of mommies started approaching me. Sir, you sang Mattapalli Narasimha. My mother has written some songs also, you sing them. My grandmother has written some songs also. And some of them they'll have no rhythm, no rhyme, no content. It is like I got up in the morning at 7:30, I had one glass of coffee, and then I saw TV and read the newspaper. This will be the lyrics. You set it to tune and you sing it. So it is not tunable. When we see some lyrics, we should feel like tuning them. So that is very, very high in Maharaja's compositions. So these are just some general thought. So as I said, two topics, separate we can do. One is Maharaja's compositions which have Madhyamakala Sahityam. 2, Maharaja's compositions which have jatis. 3, Maharaja's compositions on various specific temples. Suppose we look at the great masters from the past. These days, most of us have a mobile phone, and youngsters are all the time on Instagram, and more than Facebook. Instagram is the happening thing now. I just started putting my feet in Instagram in the last 2-3 weeks. I find that when I go and have a meal with younger people, we order an ice cream. Normally an old man like me will just eat the ice cream. But younger person, they'll take the photo of the ice cream from this angle, from this angle, from this angle, then photo a selfie of themselves with the ice cream, then holding this food, then after several navarasas, many expressions will come. So one entire production will happen by the time ice cream would have melted. That doesn't matter because even if the enjoyment of the tasting is not there, it's okay, but it should look good on social media. So that is the situation now. But if Tyagaraja Dikshitar, Swati Tirunal, all these people were alive right now, I think the biggest star on Instagram would be Muthuswami Dikshitar. Because at that time, 250 years ago, he travelled all over India, and just like we captured something on video, Dikshitar has captured in beautiful capsule form the complete images of the temples he visited. The Kshetra Puranam, the specialities, it is unbelievable how many intimate and very minute details of these temples he has captured and left. So they are like Instagram videos which Dikshitar made 250 years ago. While Maharaja Swati Tirunal had a doubly unfortunate life. One, he was a Maharaja, it was very unfortunate, he didn't have the freedom of Dikshitar just to go anywhere. Two, he was a Maharaja who was ruling under the British rule. So if you look at Travancore history, Swati Tirunal was the last Maharaja to try and fight the British. But he was completely crushed by them, so that by the time he passed away at the very young age of 33, there are so many explanations for that. One of the major things is the British rule and how he was so frustrated and depressed and he couldn't do anything. If he concentrated on music, people will say, oh, this man is always singing and dancing, he's not looking at the administration. But administration, being under the British rule, there's severe restrictions on him as a Maharaja and as an artist. So it is a very terrible life he had. But he told his next person, the next Maharaja, he said, there's no point fighting these people because they're there to stay. So we can just make our life miserable. So try and compromise with them and go along. So the rest of the Maharajas, they have compromised with the British. So, but despite physically being trapped in Thiruvananthapuram, you can put a person inside a prison and lock them up, but mind is free. The mind can fly all over the place. So Maharaja Swati Tirunal, despite being physically in Trivandrum, he has composed so many songs just like Dikshitar on specific temples, some of which he has visited, but he sent his mind all the way to Kashi in Varanasi, because the positive side of being a Maharaja was that he had the power and the money to invite great Vidwans from other samsthanams to Travancore, because of which Vadivelu, for example, from Tanjavur, who was very close to Muthuswami Dikshitar's brother Baluswami Dikshitar, who was the first person on record to adopt the Western violin to Carnatic music. So from Baluswami Dikshitar via Vadivelu, Swati Tirunal was a very, very passionate proponent of the violin. Now we have violin in all Carnatic concerts. So that was the positive side. So probably he heard from some Hindustani Vidwan about Kashi, then Vishweshwara Darshan Kar Chal Man Tum Kashi. He's telling his mind to go to Kashi. Then he describes how the Ganga is flowing and how the ghats are there and how the sannyasis are there. So that is another topic which I have at least heard, not a lecture, but I have heard a concert themed on Maharaja's compositions on specific temples. So that has at least been done. So that is another topic. And a fourth topic is Maharaja's Padavarnams. The Tanavarnams have its own value, but Padavarnams are where the genius of a composer really shines forth the maximum, more than any other form of composition. Because when there is an argument, oh, Swati Tirunal was a lyricist, did he know music? You just you leave everything else and just look at the Sahityam in the Swarams, Chitta Swarams of his Padavarnams, then our hands will get tired because we will be saluting him so many times. With unbelievable brilliance and genius, and he has got Padavarnams in Kamas, in Dhanyashi, in Saveri, in Todi, in Kalyani. There are so many Padavarnams. Only few of them are featured generally in Carnatic concerts. And because of his love for dance, they are very, very, very danceable also, Padavarnams. So this is just some things I discovered during the past few weeks and some things which I knew already. So coming to our topic of Layam in the Sahityam of Maharaja's compositions, I'll just start with a small composition. This has stunning Madhyamagala Sahityam from the Pallavi itself. So it is in Gauda. Embracing the Shadjam, even if you look at Tyagaraja Pancharatna Kriti, for example. So Gauda Rishabham, like Saveri, is very soaking in Shadjam. So this Rishabham is very, very beautiful. If we sing then Gauda will run away from Basavanagudi to Basaveshwaranagari. So there won't be any Gauda there. So this starts on Sa only. So when we start this, the Mridangam player will feel it's a very Saumyam, Satvigam sound. Na, na. But in the Pallavi itself, next line, even Sangatis are very, very, very sharp. I'm not going to sing all the songs, all the lines, all the Sangatis. This is just to give you an example. Danalola Parivahi Charumugakamajanaga Ribuganamadarakamit Danalola Parivahi Charumugakamajanaga Bhumi Ramadinada Bhumi Ramadinada Bhogi Bhoga Sayanati Vechaka Vibho Muni Dratati Sevya Pada Yuga Kama Janaga. So the similar pattern comes in Charana also. Patala Japadharanaga Bhanu Shashankalochana Hata Gopamita Chela Bhuri Ruchihara Shobhita Kala Bhujarochanaga. So this that flows all through this composition. So this is one Madhyamakala Sahityam. Then some templates he uses, the same pattern comes in many songs. This is another one. That is another feel. This is from his Kuchela Upakhyanam. He's made two Upakhyanams giving the story of Kuchela and Ajamila, which have slokams and compositions. And for me personally, I find the Kuchela Upakhyanam lyrics very, 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 very sweet. More sweet than most of his other compositions. Like in Tyagaraja also, we look at Nauka Charitam and Prahlada Bhakti Vidyan. I find it's more sweet than normal Tyagaraja Kritis. So like that here also, this is an Ananda Bhairavi, where Kuchela goes to see Lord Sri Krishna when he is the Dwarakapati, Maharaja, and they hold hands and they sit together and they remember their times when they were together in Sandipani ashram. So once the Muni's wife asked them to go to the forest and collect firewood as fuel, so they go to the forest and it starts raining. So they sit together the whole night. So things like that they discussed and they enjoyed a nice time talking to each other. Smarasi pura guru vanita vachasa gatamasmabhir vana गतमस्माभिर्वन अतितरसा इन्धनजाल समानयनार्थं निशितिमिरेण तदा विदताय सोदं वर्षं जातमकाले सोदं वर्षं जातमकाले प्रान्तं विधृतकरैरयि सहसा स्मरसि पुरा गुरु वनितावचसा गतम् अस्माभिर्वन अतितरसा उषसि समेत्य सदेशिकतिलको दृष्ट्वा स्मानिघ चलिताद्विपिने मोदपरीतो अनुग्रहमकरोत् अतिकरुणार्द्रतरेण हि मनसा. Like that same tune. एवं सरसि जनाभो भगवन् तमिह कुचेलं शंसन् सरसं सपुनरभाणि देतां वाणि द्विजमनुचितमिहिरो निजमहसा स्मरसि पुरा गुरुवनिता वचसा गतमस्माभिर्वन अतितरसा. This is from Kuchelo Bhakena. So, Anandabhari reminded me there's another composition which is a specific song on the Maha Shiva Kshetra at a place called Vaikam near Kottayam in Kerala. This has one bit like this. Kamita Varadayaka Amita Pujabala Kalyanagiri Karmuka Virasita Bhima Bhava Jaladhitar Karasuragana Karasura Damana Somakalanchita Shekaranata Jana Shokadimira Samudaya Dineshwara Ramaniya Kaniketa Prashasan Raja Raja Sakashankara Santadam Pasu Somakalanchita Shekaranata Jana Shokadimira Samudaya Dineshwara Ramaniya Kaniketa Prashasan Raja Raja Sakashankara Santadam Pasu It's on Vaikam. So again it has the entire chapter is it starts with first beat Madhyama Kala Sati, then goes on to second beat. Then Mr. Chaputalam, Shama Shastri is very famous for many things he did in Mr. Chaputala. But Maharaja Swati Tirunal also has done a lot of varieties on Mr. Chaputala. This I won't sing all, only rare songs, then you will be wondering. But so I'll sing some popular songs also. So one of his very popular songs, one of his most beautiful compositions also, it starts on the third beat of the Mr. Chaputala. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it starts here. So, Smara Janaka Shubha Charita Akhila Lokanayaka Shubhacharita Akhila Lokanayaka Mamava Asmarajanaka Shubhacharita Taruna Sal. So the Anupallavi starts on the first beat, Rendu Tali. Taruna Sarasa Talanayana Tapani Ruchi Vasanadhara Tanu Vidingita Nirada Trita Narada Nata samudaya parama purusha gare paripalita bhuvan samudaya parama purusha gare bhala shobhit mrigamada bhala shobhit surabhi mrigamada bhala shobhit surabhi mrigamada padmanabha jaganuta smarajanaka shubhacharita. These days, a lot of young people, they like doing more and more complicated things in rhythm. So, if you want to have an exciting time, you can sing this as the main piece and give the Tanyavartana. So, it will be Pattatali after 10 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Smarajanaka. And if you want to make it even more exciting, you can make it after 11 instead of 10. So, just an idea. So, this is a popular composition, Kriti in Bihar. There are so many compositions, Padam, Javali, Tilana, Bhajan in Bihar. But Kirtanams in Bihar are much more rare. And Maharaja has composed Smarajanaka, which is very popular. He's made another composition, Kirtanam in Bihar, which just like the Gauda Kriti, from the Pallavi itself it has Madhyamakala Sahitya. This is on Lord Sri Padmanabha at Tiruvananthapuram. So because it is Tiruvananthapuram, he calls it as Pannaga Raja Purana. Rinamadanuta Paripalayamam Rinamadanuta Paripalaya Mamayivo Suravalana Golana Madha Sagarendra Jayavari Jata Mugadi Rinamadanuta Paripalaya Mamayivo Suravalana Golana Madha Sagarendra Jayavari Jata Mugadi. This also has Madhyamakala Sahitya. Kshoni bhara hara natakamadana jana bhauma garva hara padmanabha bhavakeda jana hari namadanuta. Again, it describes Lord Sri Krishna doing Tandavam on the head of Kaliya, the serpent. So, Kaliyo Ragamada Sunatana Kamsavarita Samirana Jaya Jaya Rena. This is also very beautiful place to sing as main and give Tanyavartana. Kaliyo Ragamada Sunatana. This is again Bihar piece. Then just like Swarasipura Guru Vanita, which is similar tala but little brighter. There's another one. Kamalanayana Jagadishwara Kamala Kamukama Paripahimi Bho. Kamalanayana Jagadishwara Kamala Kamukama Paripahimi Bho. Paripahi Vibho Paripahi Vibho. This is in Bhagathishwari. Chamikara khana garva harana chana charu basana paripahi vibho paripahi vibho paripahi vibho samaja parivrtata pashamana jalajasana nuta paripahi Paripahi Vibho Vihaga Varagamana Deva Nigamatati Vedya Charita Paripahi Vibho Paripahi Vibho Paripahi Vibho Dhanuja Kula Madhana Dina Sarana Bhavataraka Pada Paripahi Vibho Paripahi Vibho परिपाहि And Maharaja, just like Purandadasa, is one of the few composers from our entire country who embraced both Carnatic and Hindustani compositions kind of equally. Many Hindustani, but if we look at Maharaja's compositions in like Telugu, Javadi for example, or Manipravala Padam, or one of these compositions, you can find the same touch. It's like, you know that same person has written this, some word, even in this composition, Vidhu Mukha Sri Patna. So many compositions on Devi, on Padmanabha, on Sri Krishna, on Sri Rama. The moon face seems to be one image he likes a lot. So again and again, Sarada Soma Samana. Many, in fact, we can do one lectum on only Maharaja Swati Tirunal's compositions where he describes God with moon face. Then at least 200 songs will come in that. So in Hindustani compositions, just like in Carnatic, he's made many songs where he describes the sound of various instruments, percussion as well as melody instruments with words. For example, I present a very beautiful composition describing the divine Ras Leela of Lord Sri Krishna with the gopis. It's a simple Sahityam, the basic knowledge of Hindi we can understand. Anklets of Gori dancing, whatever. So this is one example. Now, with the permission of Vidushi Amrita Venkatesh, I play another Hindustani composition. Just a few lines. We have Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, Ganesha, Subramaniam, Devi, Paramashiva, so many gods. Most of them have a lot to do with music and dance. We have Ganesha dancing. In fact, Sri Ganapatini, Tyagaraja, how he described the power of Ganesha's feet on stomping, or the earth will be shaking. You can imagine that, how evocatively Tyagaraja has described that. Normally we won't imagine a fat person with a big belly dancing. So when Ganesha dances, Sri Krishna plays the flute, Shiva dances, he plays the damru, Saraswati Devi plays the veena, but we don't find Rama doing any of these things. While Bhadrasa Ramadas, Tyagaraja, Tulasi, so many people have written the most beautiful musical offerings to Sri Rama, but he seems mostly kind of like a block. We don't find Rama kind of loosening up. Krishna will do that. But Swati Tirunal Maharaja, he made Rama dance. So there's a Hindustani composition, Nache Raghunath. So Nache Raghunath Sang Dasi Janagave. So this set to tune, in this particular tune, kind of similar to Thumak Chalata Ramachandra. That tune by Pandit Ajoy Chakravarti. I won't play the whole thing, but you can just hear. like like this, each charanam will have one line of jatis. So it has drikata one line, then dhiraka dhaya dhaya. This different people have sung it in different tunes. On YouTube you can find a video of Dr. D.V. Gopalakrishnan, an old recording from Doordarshan. They had the Suprabhat morning program where he has sung the same song in Malkos, Hindola. It's completely different tune, but it lends itself perfectly to that tune also. So many of his lyrics I find, even Ajay, what I sang, I've heard 2 other versions. They all sound good. So it depends on our personal taste which version we take. This is again a very popular song which is originally in Bhupala. So for many people, the small Gandharam and the Panchamam, the gap is too big. So many Bhupalam songs, not only by Swati Tirunal, by many composers, they get sung in Reva Bhukti. So if you go to London and you travel by the metro, you keep hearing the announcement, mind the gap, mind the gap. So when we sing Bhupala, it is, we have to mind the gap between Ga and Ba. There's a big gap, it's much more easy to sing. This kind of thing where Radhamai, Padaradhamai, Tavabadar, this many songs are there, with another whole department. Papa Vimochana Pavitaradina Davada Vallavatana Tari Jam Tari Udanita Titilana Tilanata Natari Titta Kitaka Jam Jam Titta Kitaka Jam Jam Titta Kitaka Jam Jam Gopal. Like this, I read somewhere, he's describing small Krishna with his anklets coming and dancing. So the jatis indicate that. It is Lord of Sarasa Bhava Madhara Satithya Dina Bhusurarbita Pararahita Tanajaya Nirupama Pataka Radha Kamala Varatana Darij. So this, it's very difficult to split the Sahityam, deliberately giving the meaning, because just Sahityam flow is so nice. So Sarasa Rasa Subhachana Sarojana Bhalokanayaka Bhuri Karuna Tanujita Manasija Bhujagaraja Shaya Murasasana Gopala. So people like K.V. Naranaswamy, K.V. and Mang, Murasasana Gopala, he used to sing Swaram there at Murasasana, which is again very exciting. There are many more songs like this. There's one Sri Ramachandra in Todi. There also, Sahityam itself has so much Sahityam that Chemangudi Mama used to sing it. Then Parasala Pannamma teacher, now Amrita, Sanjay Subramanian, few people only have heard them sing. So even Parasala Pannamma, when she talks about this song, Todi, Sri Ramachandra, like Tava Bada Radha na that song is there with la 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 Sahityam. So much Sahityam is there. Then Karunakara Madhava. So that is another popular Begada Karunakara, which some people sing in Tisragati, Aditalam, some people sing in Rupakatalam. These are songs which many of you know, I'm just touching and going. This again I will play, because I will get bored listening to only my own voice. So I will play, because there is some, if you look at Eppo Varuvaru, for example, so many people sing Eppo Varuvaru, but we can't think of that song without thinking of Madurai Mani. So Madurai Mani and Eppo Varuvaru are so close. Like that, there is a very beautiful lesser sung composition by Maharaja, which used to be sung very often by Dr. S. Ramanathan. So I'll play not the full song, I'll play a bit of him singing it. And forward to the Charanam. Charanam is very nice. This, if you have not seen this, the actual video is there on YouTube. So please don't miss this. Just search for Dr. S. Ramanathan. He's from that generation, but how clearly he used to enunciate the Sahityam. He was a Veena player also. So even the Gamakams, everything was refined about him. And he and T.R. Subramaniam are two Vidwans, two Maha-Vidwans I have seen. Literally till the week they died, if you go for any concert in Chennai, you will find them in the audience. Many musicians, even when they are in their late teens, they already feel they are too big and they will never go for other people's concerts. So they'll watch everything on YouTube and learn secretly but never give credit. So that happens a lot. But these two, the T.R. Subramaniam and Dr. S. Ramanathan, and S. Ramanathan used to come with a book and he'll note down one sangati, one composition, one new idea he used to write down. So that is in my mind, there is an ideal guru who is an eternal student, always learning. So that is S. Ramanathan. Listening to this Kamas reminded me of another song. The melody is very beautiful, but look at the rhythmic aspect. It is in Tisram. This, I heard people sing it. Sri Padmanabha Pahi Deva Deva Ma Jaya Jaya Sri It's very, very nice. But again, there is Jayati Jayati Bharata Mata. It's a beautiful song, but particularly the rendition by Madurai Mani Iyer. It is, oh my God, you feel you have opened a bottle of champagne. It's bubbles are coming up. Just effervescent and bubbly. Very sweet. I mean, I didn't say enough number of berries. It's like very, it goes on like that. So, once Amrita and I were having a discussion, and Amrita was planning to sing this song. So we said, instead, Sri Padmanabha, if we speed it up, we can kind of give the same sweetness like Jayati Jayati, that same feeling. So, Sri Padmanabha Pahi Deva Deva Ma Sri Padmanabha Pahi Deva Deva Ma Jaya Jaya Sri Padmanabha Pahi Deva Deva Ma Agama Sara Paramahamsa Vihara Agama Sara Paramahamsa Vihara directly stolen from Madurai Mani only. Agama Sara Paramahamsa Vihara Bhogi Raja Bhoga Sayana Bhuvana Mohana Jaya Jaya Sri Kesi Sudana Bhava Bhaya Klesha Nasana Kesa Dalita Pincha Varada Kesa Vahade Jaya Jaya. It goes on like Varana Tapa Vigata Vamana Rupa Sarasasana Vibandya Sarasanetra Jaya Jaya Sri Padmanabha Pahi Deva Deva. This is one Kama's composition. Then we have many compositions which sound normal, but where one line will end with the beginning word of the next line. So again, I used to just sing this song earlier, only after this Laya and Swati the topic came, I started observing. So Bhani is from the next line, which comes at the end of this line. Bhuri Kriparasavasam Bhani Parivritathalpanivasam Navaneeradame Jagadkesam Nija Padayuganatagatarosham Surabhitigara Mruduhasam Charutilasumasa Sunasam Divya Madhuvana Virachitarasam Valaripumakutala Sita Parasudesam Bhavaye Sarasana. So here slowly Bhuri Kriparasavasam Bhani Parivritathalpanivasam Nava Neeradame Jagakesam Nija. Like that it goes. Entire charanam goes like that. Again, another very popular song. Vande Sadavarmanabham Padavantaru Samudaya Mandaram Amalam. So Padavanta, just like that. Kuntamadavaga Mohanadanta Nija Sundara. Nija, we can sing Nija fast also. Puri Kriparasa Vilasatavangam Khalabhogi Varenya Panachitarangam Narada Mukhamuni Hridayabja Branda Navanirada. So that singing this reminded me, this is completely digressing, sorry, but just 1 minute, since it came in my mind, I thought I'll tell you. Navarasa Kannada, one of the popular instrumental songs is Ninuvina Namadev. So there, so then, they'll add big neons. So it should not be done like that. That entire song with Yagaraja, he had a fight with Rama because Rama was not paying attention to me, he's ignoring him. So he says, okay, then I'll make songs on Shiva and Devi and other gods only. You go away like that. But even when he's doing these other songs, he can't let go of Rama. If he looks anywhere, he sees Rama only. He hears any sound, he thinks of Rama only. So he says, in English, pop music, you can say, baby, I got you under my skin. So like that, it's I got you under my skin kind of song, Ninuvina. So this should not be, it's an emotional song. The tune is very beautiful, but people sing it in a very upbeat and over the top manner. I heard M.D. Ramanathan sing this. He's my Manasika Guru and the reason why I got attracted to music. So just how in a song like this also, he just catches the nerve of the ragam. So he'll do the same. It's there on YouTube. I will not tell anything which you can't search and find on YouTube. Because then that is the idea. I'm telling this like Dr. S. Ramanathan sing. I showed the video for Amrita's Natya Raghunath. I played the video hoping that you will listen to the whole thing after going home. So M.D. Ramanathan for sustaining Hari is always, but Balamurali Krishna does Hari, people notice that a lot. But actually M.D. Ramanathan also did sustaining it with Hari. You can just listen to The singing, there was no hurry at all, but the sustaining always had hurry. So he would sing hurry. So just when Sani Dama, immediately it's like you milk Navarasa Kannada from the air. So that was M.D. Ramnath. Again, his Navaratri Kritis, they are one department. There are so many departments with Maharaja Swati Tirunal. Navaratri Kritis, Navavidha Bhakti Kritis, then Utsava Prabandham, which are compositions describing the 10 days of the Utsavam in the Sri Padmanabha Swami temple. So these are, then of course, Kujelopakana, Ajamaloka, these are set Kritis. So in Navaratri Kritis also, many of them have jatis, and many of them have Madhyamakala Sahityam also. For example, the 6th day song, Saroruhasana Jaye, it starts very normal. It's an Aditalam, Urukalai song, but it is as magnificent as a Randakalai. So we can easily sing it as a main piece. Saroruhasana Jaye, Bhavati Saroruhasana Jaye, Bhavati Samoda Ambarnamami. This is the Palay. Purandaradi Surotama Suruchira Kiritamani Kiranachita Charane. So Devendra and all the gods, they are standing in front of Devi like this. And the gems studded on their crowns, Kirita, her feet are lit up by the radiance of light emerging from the gems studded on the Kirita. So Purandaradi Surotama Suruchira Kiritamani Kiranachita Charaneda Takka Tadrimi Januda Takadari Takita Trikita Tam 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 Takka Tadrimi Januda Takadari Takita Trikita Pa Ma Da Gare Sarika Dani Da Pamari Dani Sarika Mabadani Nisa Nidani Dapamadhim Tadim Tarita Dani Sarika Mabata Nisa Danita Januta Takatinu Tadom Tati Tati Tatikinadum Tati Tatikinadum Tati Tatikinadum Danita Januta Takatinu Tadom Tati Tati Tatikinadum Tati Tatikinadum Tati Tatikinadum Takka Tadrimi Januta Takatari Takita Trikita Dam 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 Takka Tadrimi Januta Takatari Takita Trikita Dam 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 Takka Tadrimi Januta Takatari Takita Trikita Dam Magari Sarika Pamada Magari Sarika Nida Bamadim Nida Dani Sarika Mabadanisa Nidani Dabamadim Tadim Tadida Dani Sarika Mabadanisa Nida Bamadim Tadim Dani Sarika Mabadanisa Nida Bamadim Tadim Tadida Dani Sarika Mabadanisa Nida Januta Takatinu Tadom Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadida Januta Takatinu Tadom Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Gamari Gamasaruhasana Jage. This is one song and one jati. So this Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum Tati Tadidum, that's how it comes. Where again, because of my influence of the M.D. Ramanathan. He used to sing one Tilana in Purvi. Nere nere gamare sare. So in that, Dhitam kritatagatom, Dhitam kritatagatom, and so the last one will be Dhitam kritatagatom. So that, with that, I in the instead of last I made it Gamari so Gamari was soft after the two hard. That's direct influence of M.D. Ramanathan. Actually, there are songs in Bhairavi, Janani Mamava, Todi, Bharati Mamava, which also have very, very nice jatis. There's another song in Saveri which doesn't have jatis, but again that's why I said the Madhyamakala Sahityam jatis, they are very easy to stunning and captivating, but the subtle rhythm, subtle laya in other compositions. For example, Devi Pavane, the Pallavi starts after 2 beats, the Anupallavi is on Samam, and the Charanam starts after 1 beat. So, Tak Devi Pavane Sevi Charane Te Buddha Bhamukadai Kadaksha Vilasini Bharati Dehi Sada. So this starts on Bhavu, but Pallavi starts after Taka. So how we come to that item? Bhamukadai Kadaksha Vilasini Bharati Dehi Sada Kushalam Bhuvaneswari De. So Kushalam Bhuvaneswari De. So Taka, 3 times. Then Charanam. So it starts after 1. Soma Bimba Mata Bhaga Sumukhi Bhakta Jana Gila Kamita Dana Nirate Kanta Kunta Bhima Ananda Ajnanatimira. Unfortunately, many people, they'll sing Bhima Ananda Jnanatimira, which is exact opposite. I mean, we can sing wrong Sahityam, but exact opposite is very sad. So we say Satyam, instead of that we sing Asatyam, means Shuddham, Ashuddham, like that. So here it's like that. Bhima Ananda Ajnanatimira Bhetana Mihiraite Mamata Kriti Vihara Manya Gunavase. Then Samana Varagam, the most gracious, dignified, magnificent gait described in Indian culture. This is different from the size 0 models now. It is Samada Varagam, the gait like how an elephant walks, to so grand, whether it's Rama or Krishna or Devi, they're all described as, when they walk, it is like the gait of an elephant. But that gait of an elephant musically also, Samajapungava Charugate Samajapungava Charugate Surasadhyanude Vimale Varade Samajapungava सामज पुंगव चारुगते सुरसाध्यनुते विमले वरदे भुवनेश्वरि सामज पुंगव चारुगते सामज पुंगव चारुगते सुरसाध्यनुते विमले वरदे भुवनेश्वरि रे. So it comes to alright. So the same idea he has used in his very beautiful composition on Lord Sri Hanuman also. Anjaneya Raghurama Duta Mahita Anubhava. So there also Janaka Sutadhi Vimochana Lola Jambu Mali Khala Nisijarakala Vanati Dharana Chana Nijalambula Vanidakta Lankanagara like Anjaneya Raghurama Duta. So Janaka Sutta like Samaja Pingala. It's a little similar. I want to bring to your notice one YouTube channel which I feel deserves much more views than it has. It has very few views. I don't know the person, I know nothing about them, but they have uploaded many ancient tunes of Maharaja Swati Tirunal. Many people who are interested in music know that Maharaja's composition describing the Ramayana, Bhavayam Virogramam, that was set as a Ragamalika by Chemmangudu Srinivas Iyer, while the original tune was in only Saveri. So since people don't pay attention to Sahityam, and since the Ramayana song, it has relevance only when all the Sahityam is sung, Chemmangudu Mama had this brilliant brain of just giving different ragams so that for the sake of the tune, people will sing all the charanams, even though they don't pay attention to Sahityam. While this channel, it is called Vipanchi. If you just search for Vipancehee, Vipanchi Travancore on YouTube, you will find this channel. For the first time in my life, I heard the original Saveri tune of Bhavya Virogram. That is there in this channel. I don't know who runs it. I think it must be Palghat Parameshwara Bhagavatar Line or somebody like that. So before talking about the song, I'll play a little bit. You can see whether you will identify what the song is. It's very fascinating. Yes. Vagisha Gaurisha Vasavadhyamara Parivarami Vandita Padam Padmanabham Bhogindra Saginam. So this got tuned in Kuntalavarali, I heard by the violinist Rajamanikam Pillai and G.N. Balasubramaniam way back in 1930s, 40s. Then Semangudi Mama used to sing Kalitanuti Sanyasi Bhajananuguna Vihita Sulalita Akara Mahitam in first period. Kalitanuti Sanyasi Bhajananuguna Vihita Sulalita Akara Mahitam Kalusahara Parisarojvala Padmatirthadi Khandita Sesha Duritam Kalasor Bhavanita Mahindra Trik that came quite recently, like 1950s, 60s only. Till then, people used to sing it in slow speed. But the original Bhogindra Sayana is apparently in Dhanyasi. And Maharaja Swati Tirunal was obsessed by a great Vidwan called Margadesi Shesha Iyengar. So he has a song called Sri Ranga Sayana. Sri Ranga Sayana. And line by line, like a copy of that, is Bhogindra Sayana, including the Charanam, Anupalari, everything. So this Vipanchi Travancore channel has both Sri Ranga Sayana and Bhogindra Sayana together in the same clip which I just played. So please feel welcome to check that out. Yeah, they have another song from the same channel. I'll just play one line. So there are many songs where from the Pallavi it will be just Sahityam, like lines and lines of Sahityam. So this is sung by the same gentleman whose name I don't know, in the same channel. Shankarabaranam song. It will be full of, that is another topic for a lecture, it will be chock full of Swaraksharams. So many of his songs, if we have only the lyrics and we have lost the tune, we want to tune it, one indication is given by the profusion of Swaraksharams. I'll play one line of a Shankarabaranam song and one line of a Saveri song, so you can get an idea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, ta, re, ta, ta. It is a Shankarabhara. Very similar. Saveri is also there by the same gentleman. very, very similar to the Shakarapurnam which I played earlier. Then another Arabi song which many people wrongly think was set to tune by my Guruji, Dr. Mangalapalli Balakrishna, but I have found 1919 books, 1915, 1919 books with the same tune. So it is an original tune which some of you would have heard. So this, in fact, Balamurali sir liked this particular tune so much that he went on to compose his own composition with the same tune. Varasiddhi Vinayaka Bhakta Janani Posha Varachandra Mauli Sudasi. Exactly same. And Rama Sodara Durita Samusa Nanda Nandana Vandana Mastude Kunda Radana Mukunda Murahari. Because he liked the tune so much. Now, it's all 12 o'clock onwards, so I don't want to just go on and on, but so much is there. I'll sing another song where the entire Anupallavi is just a set of jatis. This is depicting the Ananda Tandavam of Lord Shiva. Specifically, there's a temple next to the Sri Padmanabha Swami temple in Thiruvananthapuram called Sri Kantheshwaram. So this is from that. Paramananda Natana Pahi Paramananda Drikita tum tum, drikita tum tum, drikita tum tum, takada dingina tum, drikita tum tum, drikita tum tum, drikita tum tum, takada dingina tum, niti parama. So like drikita tum tum, like that he's dancing. In fact, this also, there's a beautiful recording, it's available on YouTube, of M.D. Ramanathan singing this with T.N. Krishnan violin and Umyalpuram Sivaraman mridangam. So when he starts the song, Paramananda like that it starts. So how it's like they've set it choreographed for a dance. Now you hear so many Mridangam people, there's the male column complication, but this is so aesthetic and apt to the music. What he sang and like an extension of that, the Mridangam. So when we listen seriously or intensely and carefully, we don't just hear the song, we remember what time when he sang like this, what the violin played, what the Mridangam played. When they said Sabash also, we may remember. So this is Paramananda. I'll at least give one set of swarams from one of his Padavarnams and one last thing which I'll tell you. In Padavarnams, as I said, each Varnam is worth research. He's made one Kamas Varnam, for example. See, the Nayika is angry with the Nayaka, and she's saying that this is typical imagery of the Chakora bird searching for the Chandra. Is there Chand Chakor in Hindi also is there. So it's when we are attracted to something which is very beautiful but which we will never get. So here the Nayika is saying, with words you are saying, oh I love you and whatever, but no action, only words. So it is like showing me the image of the moon in a mirror, even if it is a jeweled mirror, Mani Darpana. So even if it's a jeweled mirror, what is the point in just showing me the image of the moon? So it's full of Swarakshara. In fact, if you learn the Sahityam, you automatically learn the Swaram also. It's in Kamas. Manida Pama Pada Pada Pama Gamanida Nibada Mapada Magama Manidarpana Vidhupada Para Khagavidha Vimadamaya Pima Samanida Momo Dagara Jana Ahamida Dani Pada Mada Pada Padani Dani Dapama Pada Pamagari Samagama Panida Dapanida Sani Gari Sanidhat Kripa Bata Madhava Tavadati Dhuni Dhava Bahudha Bhavati Kimuva Hasimuda Dharamika Himagiri Samadha. So this again Sahityam is full of Swarakshara. Samagamani Vimukhamuni Sarasa Visini Dayita Padamasu Ma Kalaya Mama Visuja Paraga Kulapati Radha Kapata Jati Satura Satsadhaniya Pada Nirnita Hina Guna Baddhanuraga Gamadha Vidha Satsadhaniya Pada Nirnita Hina Guna Baddhanuraga Gamadha Vidha Yavikala Nika Katha Magama Nilaya Karuna Rasarahito Bhavana Janita. So like da Dani Pada Mada Pada. Coming back to da again and again. The same coming back to one swara happens again and again in all his Padavarnams also, which is a very, very elaborate topic. I'll conclude with one small recording. The Tyagaraja system, we have so many songs. Bandure Dipuru Diya Ram Sitapati, all Tadikidata. So after Tadikidata, this Maharaja Swati Tirunal compositions, we don't hear this much. In fact, I don't think I have, in my mind, I don't remember hearing a Swati song starting at that place. But I'll play you one song. You can guess the singer. This is a jati which starts on samam, but see where the song starts. So it starts. So this is the only song I know which is in Randikale Adi. Tati Kidna To Rasa. It starts at this place in slow speed. And I was very close to, this was sung by T.K. Govindarao, whose guru Musiri Subramania was a specialist in this Rasa Vilasa. You can find T.K. Govindarao, Musiri Subramania, and Alaturu brothers, they all used to sing this. So Govindarao has one distinction that Maharaja Swati Tirunal, Sri Tyagaraja, Dikshitar, Shyamashastri, they all lived around the same time, 250 years ago. All of us know about these people, but T.K. Govindarao was the first person to bring out books with the complete works of all these people that nobody did before that. Which is extraordinary. Even now, if you want to refer to some lyric, the complete works of Tyagaraja, complete works of Dikshitar, Shyamashastri, and Swati Tirunal, it's an extraordinary work he did. So during the time he wrote complete works of Maharaja Swati Tirunal, we had a lot of personal interaction. So sometimes when somebody tells us something personally, we may not be in a position to divulge that in public. But here I was very, very happy. This is a Govindarao video. You can search for that. Uploaded by a gentleman called Suresh M. Rasa Vilasa Lolo Kamboji Raga. That person has not given T.K. Govindarao name. But this you can just keep in mind that this Govindarao is the person who wrote the books containing complete works of Tyagaraja, Dikshitar, Shyamashastri and Swati Tirunal. And one gentleman has come, because Govindarao has told me this many, many times personally, but I am from Swati Tirunal's family, so he might have said that just to make me happy, I don't know. But here one person has commented in public, because it's in the public domain, I'm just reading it out. Thank you for posting this wonderful piece. I had never heard TKG Mama singing this live, but I had the good fortune to hear him say in 1999 when he was in Los Angeles. Knowing all the great Trinity compositions, it might be blasphemy for me to say this, but I wonder if there is a grander composition in all of Carnatic music than Rasa Vilasa by Maharaja Swati Tirunal. I'm not saying, Govindarao said it. So, with that, so Rasa Vilasa is worth exploring. Half the song goes below Shadjam. So, when many people develop only higher octaves, so we have to develop the mantra chariram also. So, without mantra chariram, it's very difficult to do justice to Rasa Vilasa, but otherwise it's like Oranga Sai, Sri Subramania Namaste. It's a very, very grand composition which is worth being sung much more than it is. So thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience this early Saturday morning. And thank Indian Institute of World Culture and Percussive Arts Society for having me here, and special thanks to Satyavati ma'am for inviting me, to Vidushi Amrita Venkatesh for letting me use her recordings and for taking photos for me to put on Instagram. Thank you so much.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. I don't think you will have any patience to listen to me even for 2 minutes after such a wonderful presentation. But I'm sorry, you have to bear with me, because I am here for a pleasant duty of thanking this great Vidwan and my own very, very dear friend, the senior vocalist who has sponsored this program. She is responsible for this event to happen here, that is Vidushi Padma Gurudat. And also the wonderful audience that we have today, as he said, on the pleasant Saturday morning. I have noted down several points. I don't know how much I will be able to say about all that? Very beautiful points, because every moment of his lecture demonstration kept us so very much glued and interested throughout. Can there be an Amrita Dhara like this? Yes, it is here today. This is the Amrita Dhara that we had. So he has given us multiple examples, myriad examples I should say, a variety of compositions, numbering about 25 in all. I have just made note of the compositions that he illustrated himself, and some snatches of recordings of Vidushi Amrita, internationally famous, a very, very talented musician of high caliber. And then some old-timers also, recordings of old-timers. And the Laya patterns with due emphasis on the melodic content. Just, I have jotted down. One of the most attractive presentations, as and when it occurred to me, I have jotted down. One of the most attractive presentations that I have ever listened to. And then being at the pinnacle of popularity, how can one be so grounded and down to earth? With that artless smile ever adorning his face, the childlike simplicity which is so natural to him, that comes only to a person who has gone to the depth of beauty in everything, not just the compositions but the life. One who has realized what is really beautiful in life, and he has drawn our attention in particular to the aesthetic sense of the composer in everything, not just the Laya patterns or. See, without Sahitya there are no Laya patterns at all. So he has emphasized that. And due emphasis has been given to whatever is due. Whatever is due. So that's all I can say. I fall short of words in describing the kind of experience that we have had today morning, the lecture demonstration. He usually praises me high sky. No, this is the best lecture demonstration that I have, as I tell you, ever come across. So, and one more very beautiful thing about his presentation is the subtle sense of humor, which adds a very beautiful dimension to his, what I should say, an unmatched approach to the presentation. So it is so endearing. It is so endearing, and it is so homely, and you feel so happy when you are listening to his speech. It is not just speech, it is just communion with us. It's not a conversation even. So let me not go on further. You have got it. You have got it already. So with this, these few words I should say, and he has drawn our attention also to the what is authentic, to go deeper into knowing what is authentic, how it has changed, without any what you call malice against those who have changed it also. That is something very beautiful about him. If I were to be there in his place, see how they have distorted and how they have changed everything, making us forget the original. This is bad. No, we have to move with times. We have to take them into our fold. Whatever is good will remain. Whatever is bad will automatically eliminated by the test of time. The sieve of time will automatically remove whatever is unwanted for the system. Our system, Carnatic classical music, is a wonderful system running for centuries, from over 2 millenniums. So it has no danger of getting what you call eradicated from the face of earth. It will grow stronger and stronger in days to come. with all such innovations, all such deviations, all such changes happening, if they are natural to it, as my guru used to say, if something is natural to the composition, it will accept, otherwise it will kick it off. He used to say, even a Sangati, if the composition is not happy with the Sangati, it will kick it off. So, Vathiyaradu, he used to say in our language, Vadiyatte, Kannadadalli, Vaddubidatte anta. So, let us not be too pessimistic about what is going to happen to our music. It will grow stronger in days to come. With these words, I have great respect and gratitude for the wonderful musician that we are having today. Both the institutions are very happy and fortunate to have him. After a long wait, I was teasing him. For 3 months he has made us wait. So, didn't give. And our auditorium, it is booked for the next 4-5 months. So that is also where I had to struggle to get him and the auditorium. And today it happened by God's grace. And we are very grateful to you, sir. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನನ್ನ ಆಪ್ತ ಗೆಳತಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಪರಮಾಪ್ತ ಗೆಳತಿ, 50 ವರ್ಷದ ಸ್ನೇಹ, ಅದೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಕೆ ವೆಂಕಟರಾಮ್ ಸರ್, ಹೂ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫೌಂಡರ್ ಆಫ್ Percussive Art Center about 42 years ago. We learned ಮೃದಂಗಂ with him together. ಆ ತರಹ ನಾವು ಸಹಪಾಠಿಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಹೌದು, ಆಪ್ತ ಗೆಳತಿಯರು ಹೌದು. ಸಂಗೀತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇರು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಹಿರಿಯ ವಿದುಷಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಧಾನ ಪಲ್ಲವಿ, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅರ್ಲಿಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವಧಾನ ಪಲ್ಲವಿ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಹೊಡಿಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು ಅನೇಕ ಕಚೇರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಷ್ಠಿತ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎ ಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ AR. ಹೀಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಆಪ್ತರೂ ಆಗಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಮರ್ಥರು ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಿದುಷಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಅವರ ಗುರುವಿಗಾಗಿ ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಎರಡೂ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ನ ದ ಆನರ್ಡ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು, ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಆಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲವೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ, ದ ರಿಸೆಪ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್, the sensitive audience, the connoisseur audience bring about the total success of a program, and that you have done today. Thank you very much. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಲಘುವಾದ ಒಂದು ಭೋಜನ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ತೆರಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ದ ಡೇ ಈಸ್ ಡನ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪರವಾದಂತಹ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿ. ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಆಸನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ತಡೀರಿ, ಥರ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ. ಬನ್ನಿ. ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ನ ವಿಶ್ವವಿಖ್ಯಾತ ವೈಲಿನ್ ವಾದಕರೂ ಆಗಿ ಪರ್ಕಸಿವ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಶೀಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕಾರಿ ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ TS ಕೃಷ್ಣಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್ ರಾಮವರ್ಮ ಅವರನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎರಡೂ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ. ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಹಾಗೆ ವಿದುಷಿ ಪದ್ಮಾ ಗುರುದತ್ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದು ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾರವನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಹಾಕಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹೌದು, ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಬನ್ನಿ.